Welcome to battle number 7 of week number 3 of the FnF Victory Road Draft League Season 2. This battle is pitting Quasimodo, which is the Pitiful Punching Bags, versus Quest Requested, which is Verocious Victini. As a reminder, the Mega Pokemon available in this battle will be Mega Alakazam on Pitiful Punching Bags. Mega Aerodactyl did not show up for Quest Requested. Additionally, we have Como-O with Z Attack Privilege on Pitiful Punching Bags, and Azelf with Z Any Privilege on Verocious Victini. I think this battle will be very offensive from Quasimodo's side. Quest looking also very offensive with his lineup as well, although he does have a little bit more bulk that he could use. Of course, Wobbuffet is going to be that Pokemon that there is a big question of how Wobbuffet will be used, when Wobbuffet will come in, who Wobbuffet will try to set the battle for. It's also possible we'll see Spiritomb try to come in on a predicted Wobbuffet switch-in from Quest, so Wobbuffet's definitely going to be one to watch. I'm actually surprised not to see Mimikyu come this time, but we do have some new Pokemon coming, such as Alakazam and Jynx. Due to the fact that there is a large amount of Psychic types on Quasimodo's team, it does look like Spiritomb will be a nice asset for Quest Requested. Additionally, Spiritomb also resists Dark-type moves from Greninja and Fighting-type moves. It's immune to Fighting-type moves from Lucario, so I think Spiritomb could be a force to be reckoned with in this battle. Additionally, Quest did bring some hard hitters in the form of special hitters and physical hitters. Of course, Infernape can go both ways. And then Jynx is interesting because it could go for the Lovely Kiss, try to cause Pokemon to sleep. Also hits pretty hard with Ice Beam and Psychic. And then finally, Como-O, with its ability to use Clangorous Soul Blaze, will be an interesting Pokemon to watch. Will he be able to get all those boosts once again, like in the last battle, or will he be blocked from doing so? Let's take a look and find out in this battle. And we start with Greninja coming out versus Rutger the Ariados. Greninja probably going to go for some Spikes setups. Ariados does have the upper hand in being able to go for a Mega Horn or a Leech Life. Greninja goes for the Taunt, and Ariados is not able to use Sticky Web after that. It still can attack, however, with its usable attack stat and its nice bug typing. Because Quasimodo has 3 Psychic Pokemon and 1 Dark Pokemon, Ariados is going to be a really nice Pokemon in terms of Bug-type Stab. It also does get access to Shadow Sneak, which would be good for finishing off weakened Psychic-type opponents such as Mega Alakazam and Jynx, which have very low defense. Greninja is going to either have to go for that Spike setup, attack, or flee. I think Quasimodo's weighing his options, seeing what would be the best plan of action in this scenario. Greninja could be an interesting and useful Pokemon versus Azelf and Infernape being pretty fast and having good typing against them. However, sometimes Greninja is used for a Suicide Spikes lead, so I'm not sure if Quasi's intention would be to maybe save Greninja for later or go for that Spikes setup. With the Focus Sash and with its nice speed stat, it is likely that it will be able to get 1 layer of Spikes down versus Ariados. But Greninja opts to go for the switch. Lucario comes in instead. Leech Life hits. It only does about 13%, and now Lucario is poised to go for a Swords Dance if it so chooses. We could see something switch out to try and take Lucario down. Even with the Swords Dance, Lucario will still have trouble sweeping because it's not that fast. And we do see the Swords Dance set up. Will we see an extreme speed from Lucario? Will it go for a close combat? I do think Infernape outspeeds Lucario, I'm pretty sure. Indeed it does. Infernape does pose a threat. It could take down Lucario. This could be a time for Wobbuffet to come out. One Flare Blitz is all it's going to take down this Lucario. So it's possible that we will see Wobbuffet or maybe even Como-O come out. It's actually Wobbuffet that comes out. Flare Blitz hits. It does big damage, 45%, but one more hit will not be enough to take it down. Wobbuffet will be free to go for the counter if it so desires. Another big Flare Blitz, but Wobbuffet's going to eat that Citrus Berry, and a counter is going to take down Devok the Infernape. Spiritomb comes out, Earthbound the Spiritomb, to face LOL the Wobbuffet. Score is 6-5. Wobbuffet does not have a move that affects Spiritomb because Spiritomb is immune to both Counter and Mirror Coat. Very likely that Wobbuffet's going to run away, but Spiritomb does have Pursuit, and that's exactly what it uses. It does big damage. Wobbuffet's going to go for the Destiny Bond. Wobbuffet can't use Destiny Bond next turn because of the mechanics of Destiny Bond in Gen 7. Earthbound as a Ghost type is free to switch out, and that's exactly what it does. Misty, the Heliolisk, comes in. Encore is what Wobbuffet uses, but it's not successful. Wobbuffet can switch out now without fear of Pursuit, but it is holding on by a thread, and there's no Pokemon to resist, to be immune to Volt Switch, so Misty will be able to power off a Volt Switch right away. And indeed, we see the Volt Switch. Down goes LOL the Wobbuffet, and the score is now an even 5-5. The big question is, which is the next Pokemon to come out? It's possible we'll see Tapu Bulu come out, probably to deter Como-O from coming in. It's Willy the Azelf. Greninja comes out. Greninja can hit Willy the Azelf pretty hard with a Dark Pulse if it so desires. Willy, however, being very fast, can go for the U-turn, hit hard, and then pivot into something that is at an advantage. That would be Tapu Bulu. The question is, it's actually a hard switch into Tapu Bulu instead. Taunt is what Greninja decides to go for. Tapu Bulu cannot use any non-attacking moves, but Tapu Bulu is fine with that. Tapu Bulu will just want to fire off those really strong Horn Leeches or Wood Hammers. Under the effect of Grassy Terrain, nothing can really comfortably switch in versus it. The best bet would be Como-O, but it'll still take big damage, especially if Tapu Bulu is invested and has an item like Choice Band attached, for example. Tapu Bulu hitting very hard in Grassy Terrain. The big question is, will Quasimodo decide to sack Greninja? Maybe Greninja has Ice Beam and a Focus Sash to hit Bulu hard. Greninja also can have access to Gunk Shot, so that's something to keep into consideration too. Gunk Shot might be enough to take down Tapu Bulu. And Greninja actually decides to go for the spikes. Sash is going to allow Greninja to hold on with 1 HP. There is now one layer of spikes up on the other side of the field. Tapu Bulu hits incredibly hard in the Grassy Terrain. Nothing really switches in comfortably. Greninja decides to just go for the Hydro Pump, and a Horn Leech is going to take out LOL the Greninja. Possible we could see Jinx come in to try to go for a strong Ice Beam to take down Tapu Bulu. Nothing could really comfortably switch into Ice Beam from Jinx. My best bet would be probably Spiritomb. Actually, we see Como-O come in. Interesting choice. It could have Poison Jab to deal with Tapu Bulu. It will not be able to fire off a Clangorous Soul Blaze until Tapu Bulu is down or gone. Como-O is quite the speedster. In comes Spiritomb. Earthbound the Spiritomb is going to take that Poison Jab, a nice prediction by Quest, but Spiritomb is now going to be poisoned by that Poison Jab, and now Como-O is actually free to set off that Clangorous Soul Blaze. If Tapu Bulu switches in, it's risky. It could block the Clangorous Soul Blaze from occurring, but this is just a level of mind games now, because perhaps Quasimodo will figure that out and try to go for another Poison Jab to get that Tapu Bulu switch in. Azelf is still something to consider versus Como-O. Its hard-hitting Psychic can possibly take it down. Spiritomb is a very valuable Pokemon versus Alakazam and Jinx, so losing Spiritomb will be very hard on Quest. So this is going to be an interesting case of what happens next. And a Shadow Sneak is going to take down LOL. 21% of its health. It's now at 60%, but it is behind a substitute. With a substitute up, Como-O is free to set up a Clangorous Soul Blaze, or it could go for maybe even a Dragon Dance if it wants to. The big question now is, does Spiritomb have a move that will hit hard enough to break the substitute? And a Poison Jab not going to do that much damage. Something I actually forgot about is that Spiritomb does have access to Infiltrator, and with Infiltrator it is able to hit past the substitute, so one more Shadow Sneak will be enough to take it down, but Clangorous Soul Blaze is what Como-O decides to go for, and now it does have all of its stats boosted up, and it's behind a substitute. Misty the Heliolisk comes out. Will it be able to take down the substitute so that a different Pokemon could come in and take down the rest of Como-O's HP? Sitting behind a substitute and at +1 in every single stat, Como-O is pretty comfortable right now, but Misty is pretty fast, and if it's holding a Choice Scarf, it could at least try to break the substitute to let a different teammate deal with Como-O. The score is 4-4, so this fight is far from over despite Como-O's big advantage state. And a close combat is going to take down Misty the Heliolisk. No more defense increases for Como-O now. In comes Willie the Azelf. If Willie is holding a scarf, it may be faster. If it's holding a sash, it could survive a hit from Komo-O and then hit back to destroy the substitute. I'm not sure U-turn will do enough to destroy a substitute at this point. And Clanging Scales is going to do some big damage. Willie goes for the U-turn. It does not destroy the substitute. If it went for a different move, it might have had a chance to destroy that substitute. In comes Tapu Bulu. Tapu Bulu is going to fear that poison jab, though. And the poison jab is going to take down Tapu Bulu. Rutger the Ariados comes out. This is still not over because if Komo-O goes for Clanging Scales and it does not take down Ariados, Ariados can go for the Shadow Sneak, and maybe 2 Shadow Sneaks will be enough to take down Komo-O. We'll see. The Shadow Sneak is enough to break that substitute, and Rutger does survive the defense of LOL. The Komo-O is now halved. Will a Shadow Sneak be enough to take it down? It is not enough to take it down. It does 24%. Rutger is down now. The grassy terrain actually might have worked against Quest's favor in healing Komo-O enough to be able to survive. And with a final Clanging Scales, down goes Azelf, and Quasimodo is going to win this battle. The Pitiful Punching Bags wins with a +4 score. Komo-O once again showing how deadly it could be with that Z move. Quest did put up a good fight. That U-turn not breaking the substitute was the move, was what he needed to do, and but still a really good game. And we have one more game coming for Week 3, Season 2. So watch out for that. Until then, this is Noel from Sun and Friendly, and see you then.